Sitting at a fucking playground right now. I just wanted some peace and quiet. Came up to this park. It's hard to find some peace and quiet around where I got so many people living with me and stuff. It's hard to find it. If you're seeing this video, your life is changing for a specific reason. It's not just a coincidence to see this video. Your life is changing. You're gonna become better. You're gonna be a better person. You're gonna be better. You're gonna become a better person. You're gonna grow into new shapes of your life and new forms of your life. If you haven't, just sit down and take a breath with me before we go into this. Yeah, try to be as less stressed as possible. No matter what you're going through, just take a breather. It seems like every time I go to record one of these videos, there's always like a distraction coming around. Like, I'll be pulled up somewhere and somebody comes and pulls right next to me and watches me talk to my phone. But anyways, let's get into this. I got some notes written today. Not really, still gonna go off the top of the head. Just want to give you some signs that you're in a changing stage. I'm gonna go those first. So these are some signs that you're in a changing period in your life. You know what, today I'm just gonna hold it right about here. Just a few signs that you're in a changing period of your life. This can be for many different reasons. Maybe you're dissatisfied with your job. You feel there's a new calling that you want to go to in your career, but these are some simple signs that you're in a changing period. So number one is feeling a strong desire for change. You question your current pursuits and feel indifferent to the things that you're doing right now. Number two is you're experiencing restlessness and anxiety. Signs of unease or anxiety can be an alignment or shift in your life. Feeling dissatisfied, lack of passion, and even in daily tasks that you usually have passion, you feel excited to do, you don't really feel excited to do those things anymore. Number three is you're having a desire for personal growth. Whether you see something motivational, you say, hey, I want to be something better. I have one life. I want to do something with this life. You have a desire to change. Number four, notices change in tolerance. You may find relationships more draining, or you can't handle certain situations like you used to. You find these situations especially draining, and you can't really stand them anymore. Number five is you start experiencing synchronicities. You start experiencing recurring patterns or coincidences that all are foreshadowing to a certain change in your life. It's like kind of like steering you in a little different direction, and you feel like your life is a lie. Feeling like your life is on autopilot. Feel like your life is a lie. Life is a blur. You're not living true to yourself. You're just going through life through the motions. You're not really even consciously doing what you want to do in this life on autopilot. All these things are a sign that your life is changing. You're in a changing stage in your life. However, your life is about to start a positive or a negative shift. And you have to decide this. And if you don't decide it's going to happen consciously or unconsciously, it's still going to happen. The reason that we get in these periods where we feel this way is because our body wants to change. Like, our body's so stuck in cycles that if we do want to change, it's just not as easy as saying, hey, I'm going to change everything about myself. Your brain is comfortable in the state that it's been in, so it's going to keep wanting to function in that state. So if you change every variable in your life, you're going to experience stress, you're going to experience anxiety because your body isn't used to what's happening. But that shows you that you're changing in the right direction. If you are experiencing a period of significant change, which can be indicated by a feeling of stress, restlessness, a desire for growth, deep sense of dissatisfaction with your current state, and it can manifest by increased anxiety, feeling patterns of dissatisfied, or a sudden clarity of who you want to become are some big telltale signs that you're in a period of change. I know for me, once I'm in a personal, like, changing period, I start to get really anxious and stressed, and I kind of have almost like a panic attack, you know, because their body's so used to being in a certain state that when you change all the variables and you change a lot of things about yourself, your body's not really going to like this, and your body's going to rebel because it wants to be in a comfortable state. Your body doesn't want to be uncomfortable. If your body, as humans, we fear the unknown, so we don't want something that's the unknown. That's why we have such a big fear of death, or we have such a big fear of things like the universe that we can't figure out. We can't get a grasp on these things, and we don't understand what the purpose of life is or any of this stuff. So it deeply fears, it gives us big fear, you know, because we don't know what's going to happen. We're unknown. We don't have any control of these outcomes, so we're very, you know, paranoid and scared of these outcomes, at least for some people. But some people are more okay with letting things be how they're going to be and not feeling like they need a sense of control over them. The quantum realm sees all the work and improvement that you have been making, and now it's about breaking cycles. You may have anxiety. That's because your brain fears the unknown, like I was just saying. Manifestation without works is dead. Continue to work hard, task, and change things about yourself, and your life is going to change. One of my favorite quotes is the Albert Einstein quote. I don't know if I'm not quoting exactly, but basically the premise of this quote, he says, things over and over and over and expecting a different result, same things over and over, mission of insanity. Because doing something over and over and over and over, the same exact thing, say you're smoking every morning and you're eating horrible, and you start feeling worse and worse and worse. Okay, your body's getting used to that feeling worse and worse and worse. And eventually you're going to get to a baseline where you don't feel as bad because it's just your normal feeling. So it's like, okay, I don't feel quite as bad. But if you start doing things better, you could have a dip in that baseline because your body is not used, your microbiome, everything isn't used to this new lifestyle that you're going to live. So you may have a little temporary dip and then go back up. Breaking these cycles is way harder than you think, because everybody has cycles that they're stuck in. Everybody has patterns. Everybody has little things that they do that they don't even realize subconsciously or consciously. Like for me, with a lot of anxiety feelings, I have a lot of things I do subconsciously that I'm not really aware of, and I'm not aware of what these do to manifest more anxiety. And then you have to really just sit and consciously think about your actions and your behaviors and think, okay, am I doing this out of an impulse, or am I doing this because it's something that actually needs to be done? For me, I do a lot of like rechecking things. Like, okay, I'll be checking a number and I have to recheck it like 5 times to make sure it was right. And that's one thing that I struggle with. I do that with locking doors. I lock a door and then I have to check it 4 or 5 times to make sure that it's locked. And this is one of those things that when I go to try to change this pattern, I go to do something like that. So for example, if I have something that I feel is right or not, sometimes you double check. Okay, that's fine. But when you're checking something 5, 6, a bunch of times, that isn't really a double check anymore. It's your brain being fearful of something. You made a mistake or this or that, or your brain is over analyzing something. And for me personally, when I go to try to break habits like these, I get a sense of anxiety and I get a sense of fear and I get a sense of, hey, no, what if something's wrong? What if I didn't do this? And then it puts me down a rabbit hole of, okay, for example, if I didn't lock the door, somebody's going to come in and they're going to kill you. Okay, but that doesn't need to be even started in the first place. In a way, that's just, you have to kind of deal with that for a while. Thoughts like that, if you're having those type of thoughts, you have to deal with them for a while, because this is part of the change. Your brain and body need to function better, and if you don't give it what it needs, if you don't stay consistent with what you're doing, your body's never going to get over these humps that you have to get over. I know a lot of people financially as well, when you're making a big change, it can be very stressful because you're used to your norm, and if you break out of that norm, it's going to be, you know, difficult to. For the last portion of this video, I want to specifically go over relationships and money making, how to break these cycles. So if you're in a cycle of doing something over and over, your body is comfortable, like I've been saying this whole video, your body is comfortable in that state and doing that thing. So it doesn't want change. Your brain doesn't want unknown. So the only way to break these cycles is to, if you feel mentally, if you're in a relationship and you can't handle it anymore, all the stress is just getting too much for you, and you feel like you want to leave, but you need this person at the same time, boom, boom, boom. A friendship, you know that somebody's fucking you over, you know that somebody's doing something to you that's messed up and that's not right, but you have a sense of attachment to this person, so you can't fully withdraw yourself. The best thing to do in these situations is make yourself uncomfortable. That's one of the cures to breaking or to being stuck in bad cycles, is to make yourself uncomfortable and do things that put you out of your comfort zone, that are going to make you freak out, that are going to make you, in the moment be, oh, I did the wrong thing. But later down the road, you're going to see, you're going to have clarity. You're going to have this clarity. Okay, you can see that, did I make the right decision or did I make the wrong decision? If you're feeling in your heart that somebody's doing you wrong and this person doesn't deserve you, and there's actions that have, and there's things that have led you, not just your mind tricking you, there's actions and steps that have been taken. They cheated on you, they texting other people, they're doing all these things. Up and leave that situation, because you're holding on to this emotional baggage and this stress that's behind you, and all this stuff in the back of your mind. Staying with this person is only going to hinder that and bring boom, 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 more baggage onto you in your relationship. The only thing that you can do is forgive somebody. If you want to be with them, forgive them and try to move on and do better. That's all you can do in these situations. Forgive somebody, and you guys continue with a healthy growth in the relationship, whether friendship or partner. And there's nothing you can do. If somebody continues to do wrong to you over and over, you're bringing old baggage. Just leave the situation, get out of there, because some people can never change. Some people are stuck in these cycles that I've been explaining their whole lives, and they don't make any improvements. They don't change anything about themselves for their whole life. They stay stuck in their same ways until they're dead, a 60, 70-year-old man. They don't change nothing. Some people aren't on the pursuit of bettering themselves. Some people are just content with staying who they are, and that's all they want to do, and they just want to be that for the rest of their life. But people that are constantly pursuing knowledge and constantly trying to find things to better themselves, they're going to end up in a better spot, and they're going to end up breaking these bad habits and being a mature person overall. But breaking cycles of money is another big thing too, because there's generational cycles of broke. If your whole family's been broke, it's usually going to trickle down, and you're going to, continue the cycle. But to break these cycles, you have to do something different, that I've been saying this whole fucking video. In order to change, you have to do something different. And I'm not going to say too much more. Whatever you're passionate about, do. Get good at. Find a way to monetize that skill. Boom. Success. Boom. Keep going with the success, and teach your secrets down to your family. Teach your secrets to people around you. Don't be stingy. Don't gatekeep with people around you. Maybe people that you don't know. But don't gatekeep. Tell people how to get it done, and be honest with people up front, because why would you just want to be successful in this world and not help anybody else? What would be the point of that? You just want to be successful and not help your family? That's selfish. What's the point of even being rich? The only reason I want to be rich is because I can help the people around me and put myself into a situation where I can do what I want. And a big portion of that is I want to be able to help people. Your mom's dying of cancer. Wouldn't you love to be able to go get her the proper treatment, even if it doesn't mean she survives? Wouldn't you love to put her in that position to be able to survive, to be able to become a better person, or to be able to become stronger, be able to become anything, help your mom, drug addict mom, become better? Wouldn't you want to help somebody? Just last thing I'm going to say about these cycles and all these things, no matter how you're feeling in the moment, don't let these feelings control you. Continue to stay strong and continue to do the work and continue to be who you want to be, and just do it. Just do what you want to do. No matter how anxious and stressed these cycles are, break them. You got this, and you can do it. Stay consistent. Don't let your emotions control you, and still do what you need to be done on a daily basis, and you will see great achievements in this life. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Big time is coming in your life, and you're going to make a huge change in a positive direction. Let's manifest this. Let's take the action steps. towards the right direction, and let's achieve these goals that we have set out for ourselves, and let's be the people we know we can be, because anything in this life is 100% possible if you believe it. If you believe it's possible, it's possible. So go out there and do it. There's no limits to what, nobody can put a limitation on you. You can go out and do anything that you want in this world. So keep going, keep striving, and we're all going to achieve our dreams, and this caught you at the right time. Keep on going with what you're doing. Stay the course.